I'm Hannah Wallace and welcome to FinextraTV. Calling in to speak about consumer trends is Laurel Wolfe, Vice President Marketing at Mambu, which recently carried out an online survey of 4,517 global consumers over 18 with a bank account and asked respondents to identify with categories of banking and financial services referred to as consumer tribes. So welcome, Laurel. I'm looking forward to talking about the research with you.
Thank you. Enjoy it.
Really good to have you on. So yes, I want to begin by touching on the role of the recent pandemic, because the report actually indicated that it encouraged new tribes to emerge. So can you tell us a bit about that? What are those tribes that were identified and what is their impact here?
Yeah, so we identified 5 consumer tribes. When I use the term tribes, I like to talk about it more as like consumer behavior groups, commonalities in consumer behavior, instead of talking about traditional demographics, your age, your gender, that kind of thing. Grouping people in how they behave is more important. It doesn't matter if you're 25 or 50. If you are acting in the same way, then we should be thinking about you holistically as a part of a tribe. And the 5 tribes that we identified are tech accelerators. So people that have been introduced to digital banking, they love the online life, it's all mobile for them. Very common, we see this type of behavior not only in financial services, but of course in retail and other ways of consuming media. Our most popular and biggest group that we found were ethical bankers. So people are being more purpose driven and they're looking to align themselves with brands, financial services brands and other brands who align with their values and are caring about social responsibility or climate change and are willing to use that as part of their proposition. We have my favorite group actually, which is COVIDpreneurs. So this wasn't the biggest group, but it was people who want to, leave the rat race, leave the 9 to 5, make their dream a reality and a business. We see the rise of this trend all over financial services right now. SME-centric services are growing and growing and growing. One of the other tribes is convenience cravers. These are people that want stuff done quickly, easily, without any fuss. They're one-stop shop. Mm-hmm. And then finally, we have the neo-asset hoarder. This is a group that likes to buy, trade, and hold assets, crypto assets, NFTs, things like that.
Right, so that's interesting. So taking into account those tribes, how does technology intersect with consumer needs and financial services to make people's lives better, say?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't just unique to our research, of course, but the rise of fintechs, financial technology, over the past years has been, of course, astronomical. Technology plays a huge role in how people are going to be interacting with financial services going forward. I mean, obviously, in our research, we saw that people 41% of people had used online or digital banking for the first time during the pandemic, but a full 75% said that they would definitely be likely to use it going forward. So, I mean, they've been introduced to it, they love it, they're going to continue using it. So that technology, that access, that inclusivity will continue going forward.
All right, that's interesting. And as identified in those tribes, I think it's fair to say consumers are definitely more aware of global issues post-pandemic and certainly placing a greater importance on sustainability, aren't they? Which your report clearly demonstrates. So tell us, how can financial services respond to this movement better? And do you think we really can be green?
I think definitely there is the possibility. We're already making very positive steps towards that. It might be, in the delivery of the financial services, for example, using the cloud instead of other ways, but also the consumer group that we identified, the ethical bankers, they're looking for a financial services brand to partner with or align themselves to that has a social conscious. They want to align themselves to someone that has the same values as them and that they have expressed some sort of social responsibility and wanting to do good. For example, we found that 68% of our respondents were willing to pay a premium for financial services that help the environment or local communities. That wouldn't have been the case a few years ago, no doubt. So people are definitely thinking more about kindness and giving back, and that is definitely important to them. And the brands they are working with and that they choose to use, and it's no different in financial services.
That's right. Some really positive changes ahead, I think. And I urge anyone to learn more and to see the evidence, to go to the report, to give it a download. But for now, Laura, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for calling in and sharing your insights.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.